life itself is challenging. Life itself is cumbersome with a lot of something you cannot even think of. Challenges encourage me. Challenges let me see more than what I am encountering. And when a man doesn't have a purpose, then the man is not worth living. I am the most craziest person on earth at the moment, doing what seems to be unbelievable. You become a failure when you stop trying. Simple. Leadership is all about collaboration. Collaborations of ideas, collaboration of visions, collaboration of perspective. Governance to me is very, very important and key to make use of. And that is why I promote less government, more governance.
I am your host, Gaurav Garg, and we welcome all our viewers to our show, Amazing Mentor. Today with us is His Excellency Dr. Favour. He is founder and chairman of African Intellectual Resource Organization, experienced founder with demonstrative history of working in the professional consulting business management, multinational award-winning leadership expert and international keynote speaker. Founder and chairman, Board of Trustee, African Intellectual Resource Organization, AIRO, and the Carpenter Foundation Chief Executive Director, the Carpenter Consults Dean, AwloHeforShe Community Global, a Certified Peace Ambassador, Deputy Director General International Council Cabinet, Nigeria Affairs, Honourable Board of Director, International Institute of Influencer, India, featured in 28 CEO, Credential of Entrepreneurs, NEBO TV Magazine and iMagazine International. Dr. Favour was recently appointed as Vice Chairman Climate Way, CZ Unity of Africa, also named as Global President and Worldwide Aviation Ambassador of GESCHAFT Group Club, Perfect Airways International. He is an ambassador for culture and human rights with Book of Peace Award. Dr. Favour is a presidential aspirant 2023 of Nigeria under African Democratic Congress ADC. It's a pleasure to welcome Dr. Favour to our show, Amazing Mentor. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Gag. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So we will start from your childhood. So tell us, how was you as a student?
Wow, that's a long story. My childhood was great. I thank God. I will always give reference to God who made it possible for me to be alive. I was a very good child and I grew up pursuing what I believe is good for my parents then as a child. And I also love God. I grew up in the knowledge of God and I was so good in my educational career.
So any particular memory from your childhood?
I think it was when I was working with my grandma, my late grandma. So she used to give us some kind of treats, especially myself. So I enjoyed working with my wonderful grandma. So blessed memories. So I thank God for her life. And basically, I think she was the one that took care of me when I was growing up.
So any notorious part of your childhood?
I've always been a very good child. I'm a kind of sit down at home child, sit down there, I've always been a very brilliant, sharp, wonderful child. So there wasn't anything like being notorious or anything. Nothing at all.
So was there a teacher or teachers who have particularly have a strong influence of your life?
A lot of them. But I remember when I was in college, there was a particular teacher, geography teacher, quite very disciplined. And at the same time, I remember the other faculty. That's Dr. Nelson. That's from the biology department. Yes, these two individuals, one from geography, one from biology, they had a very wonderful. And I also remember my secondary school days, actually, the person of Mr. Ofig. He was our coach, football coach, because I played football. So I enjoyed these individuals. They really did well in my life. Encouragement, love. And there was a particular teacher called Mrs. Alao. I think I remember her now. And she did great. I love them.
So what about your educational background, schooling and higher education?
Oh, well, my educational background is so wonderful as well. From primary school to secondary school and to my college, one thing I knew that was so common to me was my sports. And my sport engagement was so interesting, even though it was challenging. And I was able to play some kind of a league. I was able to play for my town, for my secondary school, for my college, for my local government, for my state. And so this is the only aspect of my life that kept me busy. I love reading. That has been my hobby. So the school aspect, extremely good. but at the same time challenging and lonely, because basically when I finished from secondary school, I took over my school fees and everything about me. And then I was working. My mother was able to channel a platform that got me engaged. I can literally say that got encouraged by my mom, and she helped me all through that. I was able to sponsor myself. Yeah.
What was your dream profession as a child?
I would say it's sentimentally. I would say that I want to be a professor. And of course, I'm already working towards it. That's my own selfish dream. But then I was trying to say, okay, let me become an ambassador. But now it has gone beyond that. And God is helping me to drive the cause of Africa's true emancipation at the same time, and help African communities across the globe to discover their true identity, for their dignity to be restored and values as well, and also to put humanity first. So I think that is the main thing about my life. My purpose is to ensure that you also fulfill your purpose. So anybody that got content in life, I will do my possible best to ensure that that person's life achieves something in life.
So any particular influence for you on thinking that, okay, I need to be a professor when I grow?
I have quite a number of fantastic people. The only way we can move forward is to see people with beautiful heart, because life itself is challenging. Life itself is cumbersome with a lot of something you cannot even think of. So when you don't have people that share your value, that share your interest, that share your heart's program, that understand your configuration, you may not be able to move far in life. You may not be able to achieve anything. So encouragement is very, very important. When you have people that understand your perspective, that actually know where you are heading to, even from where you are, you will get lifted and you continue. So I want to appreciate a particular man in my life, in person of His Excellency Ambassador Francis Shinaka. He's a very great man of God. He's a very great man of influence, distinguished man, fantastic man. He has been there for me. All my journey, all my difficult journey, he has always been awesome. So this person, I give it to him. He's welcome. He's every day a very good brother. Then I remember my wonderful, even though he's older than my very humble self, but he's also a very senior brother and he's a friend, person of Professor Infon Ashibon. And this particular person is top notch. He's just there. These are the people that pull me and then they say, okay, you have to move forward in life. So then I remember Her Excellency Dr. Joyce Edna Santos. She resided in Dubai, and she's a fantastic woman. And I appreciate God for others that I may not be able to mention, and they have been there, both local and international. I appreciate people that God surround me with, and people of high influence. My brother is there, Leonard. There is a friend I call the best, in person of Dr. Maureen Omebe. Then I have Idausa. I have these individuals. They are doing great. I want to really appreciate them, and I can't just be mentioning them now. Then I have a friend. He's in Switzerland. That's Iberi. Fantastic people. So, but apart from these individuals, I have other, we look at them from afar and you get inspired. Somebody like Dr. Bishop T.D. Jakes. So this is a man that I look into his life and I get going. And Ben Kassin is one of them. I also look into other various leaders across the world. So I may not be able to mention them today, but I give credible leaders out there, kudos for inspiring somebody like me. So thank you.
So where did you start your professional journey from?
Well, I don't even know where to start from, but let me just start. My professional journey started when I was small with my grandma, and then she used to tell me something that the life itself, the world is like a marketplace. And so if you are going to the market, you don't look at the noise of the people around coming to the marketplace. You focus where you're going. You focus, get going and get focused and get what you want to go and buy and come back home. So that's this little way of demonstrating and giving me kind of tip on professional focus of my career. I'm into corporate organization, and I've helped several both local and international organizations to be on their feet and their policy making. I've been able to design a lot of policy ideologies, philosophies, and I was once a lecturer, and this also helped me to formulate some ideologies around educational sector. And so today, I'm proud to be a scholar, when it comes to education, when it comes to management and leadership. And I've been able to convince some global leaders to understand what governance and the rest, especially when it comes to politics. So these are the areas that I went through, and I'm still going through, and I believe I'm going to finish strong.
So what was your first task when you started your journey?
Wow. My first task, it will still burst on football. This is, when I talked about football, sport, I'm talking about soccer. This is what actually shaped my journey, my life. And as we speak, it's shaping me a lot. My first task was to ensure we get our match won with one of the toughest schools in my secondary school days. So I wanted that was my first task, and my coach told me that because we're already beaten, we've been scored against, and I was told that go there and let us have the victory, even though we already scored one down. And so he asked me, "Can you do it?" I said, "Yes, I can." And meanwhile, I've been training with the team for a long period of time. Like I started with them when I was in JSS1, and it was when I got to the final year that I was now asked to come and take a shot with the team. The most interesting part of this is that I have a focus that this is what I want to do in life, and I will do it. So I'm a go-getter. So I do things, whatever thing I want to do, I make sure that I get it done properly and awesomely. So, and to the glory of God, we played very well, and I was introduced to the pitch, and before you know it, we scored, and before you know it, we won the match. And I was the only goalkeeper. I was in the goalkeeping arena. I was the only first goalkeeper in the history of that school that my coach would stand up and clap for. So I was so excited that task was given, and I was able to have my way around it.
So when did you plan to shift from marketing to politics?
Oh my God. Well, I wouldn't want to say that I actually position myself towards that, because I don't want to see myself as a politician. I see myself as a nation builder. I see myself as a people builder, and that is why my common name, my nickname out there is called the Carpenter. So I'm of the nation building than your statement, politics. So marketing is a very beautiful adventure when it comes to relating businesses and making sure we value exchange services or products. And when I come to politics, let me just use your language. I literally don't believe in the word politics. I believe in the word of governance. Governance over politics. That is what I preach, and that is what I know. That is what I believe. We have. It makes us to have sense of ownership. Politics will tell you that you should have sense of belonging, but the opinion that sense of ownership is higher and better and feel cool with people than relating the word politics, because politics to me is using people's head to play a game. Because I told you that football really have influence in my life. So you toy with people's destiny. That is politics to me. It might mean different opinion, different view, different definition to different individuals. But to me, as I've seen all the players, they use people's destiny as they like. They don't care about humanity. They don't care about what will come after. So once they sit on the platform of leadership or on the platform of expressing their power, they don't understand what people feel anymore. They don't care about them. So governance to me is very, very important and key to make use of. And that is why I promote less government, more governance. I don't know if you understand that. Less government, more governance. That is my ideology when it comes to politics. And leadership has been a realm that I really love to be. When I was young and I see people going against the principles of nature. And how do we control, how do we manage? It has to be, you have to come to a level of participating in governance, encourage others to get going in life. So shifting from marketing, we are still there trying to market the reality of nature, the reality of God, the reality of human being. So it's like a chapter, or it's like a page of my life, page by page, even though when you go back, we still see it. So in leadership, let me be using the word leadership instead of politics. In leadership, it's very, very important that marketing still exists in leadership, because you want to communicate your services, you want to, especially in an organization where there is need to maximize leadership skills and leadership methodology.
What brought you to national building, as you say, instead of politics? What brought you to national building and governance?
Well, I would say two things. Number one, God, and number two, the life of people that need to be helped. God and the less privileged. Let me just use a very simple term. God and the less privileged. God and people that are struggling. God and people that are homeless, that are sick, that are depressed, that are afflicted, that are bearing less. People that don't actually have who will lift them up. These two things, or these two personalities, as I've been able to have the platform that I got today. God helped me, and he was able to give me a purpose. And when a man doesn't have a purpose, then the man is not worth living. So then what is the purpose? My purpose is to ensure that other people's life get a meaning. So what do you do to ensure that you fulfill some certain things in life? Because it is not just to live, it is not just to eat, drink, have fun, play around. There are things that we must do as individuals. And then at the end of the day, we will say, oh, I have fulfilled my race. I have finished my race. I have fulfilled my destiny. So I believe that God influenced me is the umbrella of all the influencers, is the one that put everybody in place. So God, I received the awesomeness under the tutelage of Holy Spirit. A lot of people need help across the world, and especially Africa. We really, really need help. So that is what I can say for now.
So how would you define national building as per your word and politics as per my word?
Oh, that's a very beautiful question. Nation building is all about empathy, sympathy, humanity, love, and respect people's opinions and values, connecting the dots and giving purpose to humanity. That is nation building. Nation building, in another realm, is to ensure that both the physical, the spiritual, and the environmental, the resources, and everything about geographical location and demography of that land enjoy and get what belongs to them. And you can't just say you are building nation without people. So no people, no nation. People are the representative or representation of nation. So your concern is on people, even your organization, even in your community, in your family called people. When there's no people, there's no family. So people is the number one of my agenda. People. How are we going to help them? How are we going to give them purpose? How are they going to get going in life? There are a lot of things that are meant naturally to discourage some individuals. Discouragement is all over. What we get too tired is all over places. Lack of resources, lack of help. Like I said then, I just want to make it so simple for us to understand where we are coming from and where we're going. And so that is what I can say. That nation building is about impacting people's life and give them a living principles, value, adding values to life, adding values to what we can refer to as nation building. That's all.
So what are your short-term, medium and long-term plan if you are made president of Nigeria?
Wow, I never see this question coming. Well, I remember when I was contesting my first time, my second time, and I ensured that we have a very robust plan. And one of the things that leaders must to the extent is to create an enabling environment. So, but my own aspect, like I said, my short time and medium time and also long time plan still based on people-oriented policies. Policy is a fundamental factor that transforms a nation through the leadership, or let me say through visionary leadership. When there's no policy that helps humanity, that helps the people, it will be very difficult to get the nation going. So literally, people are captured, are boxed by policy, or people can as well be set free by policy. So if your policy is good enough, you will see people celebrating your leadership. So my plan was to ensure that we have people-oriented policy that will help the masses, that will help the country, and that will help the continent of Africa. Because Nigeria is a strategic country in the world, let alone in Africa, number one in Africa. So my aim is to ensure that my policy influence other African communities, African nations, and for them to see that we are one, and for them to see that we are good to be a global superpower, because that is what is happening in the world right now. All eyes on Africa. So my target was on Africa. So number one, my short-term plan is to quickly call my African leaders around and to ensure how are we going to build a bridge? How are we going to, what I'm talking about bridge, that is connecting the dots, and to ensure we have a very good understanding among African nations when it comes to free trade, when it comes to visa-free policy, when it comes to security, when it comes to food and economic security, when it comes to other resources that can actually give us what we are looking for in the continent of Africa. So my medium plan is, of course, to focus on the masses that are very, very, the downtrodden, the poor and the rest, to ensure that they come back quickly, because the level of the poverty in Nigeria is high. The level of unemployment is high, about 32 to 34%, is huge. So is to create enough work for the unemployed and the others, and then to bring everybody on the same level when it comes to sense of ownership. So the long-term aspect is to ensure that we have the Africa we want, the Nigeria we want. I know that if I should begin to talk on each of these aspects, we will not be able to leave this place. But to just give you a tip of it. So my long term is to set a vision around the round numbers, like 2050, like other figures, you can talk of. So right now I'm driving a 2050 agenda, Africa Vision 2050 agenda. And that is my long time, but that does not mean that we are going to wait till then before it comes to pass. We are starting it now. So from Nigeria, we will ensure that all these things are in place, and we will form a very strong social economic council with other African countries, so that they will understand the importance of integration of values. We will understand the importance of making sure we have individuals being valued across the world. Africans are not getting what they should get from the totalitarian. Africans are being, somehow maltreated. Africans are not receiving the same equality when it comes to resources, when it comes to respect, when it comes to value, when it comes to honor, when it comes to dignity, when it comes to the legacy that we should sustain. We have encountered a lot of racialism. We have encountered a lot of segregation. We have encountered a lot of, should I call it, oppression. So we should not, if you cut yourself, you have a blade where you are, and I have my blade here, and we should do an experiment that cut yourself. Let me see what kind of color of blood that will come out of your body. Have you ever done that before? Have you ever seen the blood before? Have you ever seen blood before? A man's blood before? What color is that? What color is your red? Orange. If I cut my own, the blood that is coming from there, or that will come, is red. We are all saying, even if you are white, if you are black, if you are yellow, if you are whatever complexion you carry, we have the same blood. So this means we are all human beings, and we are all equal before man and before God. So there shouldn't be any terrorism. There shouldn't be any kind of invasion. There shouldn't be any kind of oppression. There shouldn't be any. We can live in harmony. We can live in peace. We can live in, we can live together. There's what I call common sense leadership. Common sense leadership. We tell us all that, okay, you cannot be eating 10 laps of chicken and you give me 1 lap of chicken and you said that is normal. It's not normal. And that is what the world, power controlling the world are after. So they after stomach infrastructure. They after their ego. They after their so-called power, and power is just temporal. Nobody will live on earth in the next 300 years. You and I will not be here again. Everybody right now, the child that they gave birth to now, in the next 300 years, I don't think we will all be alive. I don't think so. I doubt it. In the next 300 years, with your age, my age, and the son and children all over the world that they are giving birth to right now, in the next 300 years, we will not be alive. None of us. So this is what we should think of, that everything is temporal.
So you have been in different categories of profession, like you have been in marketing, a lecturer, entrepreneur, and now a national builder. So which is your all-time favorite profession?
So I have a degree in theology. Like I said, my life piloted by divinity, by the help of God. So I have a degree in theology. I have my second degree in Christian counseling, my Ph.D. in Christian counseling. Then I also have business intelligence as a professional course. Then, of course, I have other doctorate degree in strategic leadership. Then I also have another one in education, management, and leadership. So these are the courses so far. I, of course, have attended a lot of training, a lot of professional training, like MBA in management, then in cybersecurity. Then I also have another one in emotional intelligence and the rest. So I just have them. I can't count them. There are many.
So what are your day-to-day challenges?
So there are numerous. They are just there. You as a human being, as a person, as a leader, as a father, they are there. You can't count them, And then as someone that carries the burden of Africa and the burden of people, they are just there. They are part of life. They are part of that even encourage me as a person. Challenges encourage me. Challenges let me see more than what I am encountering. So it's a blessing to have challenges in life. I don't know, maybe you ever thought of it. It's a blessing. It's good. It gives you reasoning of being alive. It gives you wow. So if you are not alive, you can't experience any challenges at all. It is only the living that can experience all these things. I'm very happy, even though people are running away from challenges. I embrace challenges. I master my challenges. I use the word failing forward, but this time around is winning forward. I am winning forward. So winning forward, it means you have to encounter some challenges before you can declare yourself a victor. So I can count them. They are there. Demands and here and there, ability to engage them and to ensure that everybody is calm. And then the nation, the continent is going through a lot. That alone is like headache. You just have to find a way of putting solutions out there. So instead of talking about challenges, I talked about solutions. How we are going to rectify the problem of Africa, that's my biggest problem now. How we are going to unify Africa is my biggest problem. And when I say biggest problem, that does not mean that there's no solution. So we have mapped out a very strategic solutions that will help us to promote the values and ideologies we are engaging in. And right now, and people are coming into it and they say, oh, let us push it. So that's what I can say about challenges. It's a beautiful thing to have challenges, but you must not stop thinking and stop navigating through solution-centered value or value-centered solution.
So what was the thought process behind starting the Carpenter Foundation?
Oh, wow. That's interesting. The Carpenter Foundation has to do with the children, the youth, and the women. Like I said, you asked a question about nation building, and it has been a very beautiful, interesting experience so far. So the concept behind it is to ensure that we educate, we train, and we empower these type of demography, and we help them because they are the owner of the world. The children, the future, they are the future, while the youth are the pillars, and while the women are the womb that bear the reality of resources and awesomeness of the nation. So you can't do away with these three categories of people. So our aim is to ensure that they are well managed. You can see social media is taking over our youth now all over the world. So it's not about Africa or Asia or America alone, all over the world. And when we are talking about social media, a lot of things are allowed and they're supposed not to be. We're supposed to think, even though we are not going backward, but we're supposed to think when we're having radiance, when we are representing the true nature, the true human being, the compartment of human being. But this time around, a lot of nonsense. I can say that, a lot of nonsense going on in the world, and some people are accepting it, some people are indulging in it, some people are, it's getting crazy. So the Carpenter Foundation is to build us towards purpose-driven life, is to build us towards something you can, at the end of the day, boast and beat yourself with your chest and say, okay, I have done something in life, so it is time for me to sleep. So that is the concept of the Carpenter Foundation, giving purpose to life.
So as a founder, chairman, BOT, African Intellectual Resource Organization, what are your roles and responsibilities?
I am the founder of African Intellectual Resource Organization, as the name implies. So it's simple. It explains a lot of concepts that has to do with Africa's economy, research, and the rest. So we are engaging the atmosphere of Africa. When I mean by atmosphere, the land of Africa, the institutions of Africa, the non-governmental, policies and the rest of Africa. We are trying to give Africa a very wonderful face. We are creating facelift for Africa. When it comes to research arena, the sectors, several sectors that Africa is piloting. So we have 5 cardinal points. We call it THESE, THESE. There's technology, health, education, science, and economy. So we are doing a research work on these, and we are putting those research into limelight and let the government, the leaders, understand that these are the areas we lack, and these are the areas that we are insufficient of, and these are the areas that needs investment, that needs this, that needs that. So we are building an economic revolutionary plan around professionals that engage in development of Africa. So the focus plan is to transform Africa through research projects. Like our education system, there is a need now to come and ensure that we have a common language in Africa. So right now we have started a movement, we call it United Nations of Africa. And one of the barriers that must be quickly engaged is our language. Though it's a beautiful thing to have different languages. Of course, Africa is, even Nigeria alone, we have more than 200 languages. So we are carrying a poll, 3 most well-spread languages in Africa. So we have Swahili, we have Yoruba, we have Fula, and we want to ensure that one of these languages is endorsed, and we make use of it and we start spreading it, so that the barrier, the trade barrier, the visa barrier, the border barrier, the security barrier, the whatever barrier, the economic barrier, all those things will be no more. So if I'm able to speak your language, you will easily welcome in your country. So that is what we want to do, and that is what has been the kind of problem, a lot of challenges that is coming upon Africa. So we want to eradicate such problems. So it's one of the educational mechanism plans that we are having. What about economy? What about technology? Technology is now like hot cake in the world. So African Intellectual Resource Organization want to do a very massive and robust research around technology innovatively to ensure that we have programs and inventions that will help us drive our economy, when it comes to technology. So it's a consultative body of professionals that work in the area that I've mentioned.
So what's that one thing you love about your journey and profession as a national builder?
That's a very heavy question. One thing I love is helping people. I think that is why I'm on earth. That is why I'm here. I can't do without it. So professionally, my journey, my everything, I think that is what I enjoy doing. There's nothing like professional services when people are not involved. There's nothing like political career, but there's nothing like any career you are thinking. People are involved. So without people, then, and when you are not putting people first, to me, it's like you are selfish. You are selfish, and I can allow such kind of selfish individuals to come around me. So that's one of the things I enjoy doing, helping people. And the other thing is, I think I enjoy the love of my family, and they give me wonderful, shall I call it, they embrace everything I deliver on their table, and together with few friends that I have, because I don't have too many friends. I only have well-packed professionals, people that believe in the vision I'm driving. I can't have too many people. Of course, I don't believe I should have, I don't believe having majority as lovers. All over the world, you can have, it's not everybody that will like you. It's not everybody that will embrace what you're doing. We have mockers. We have encouragers. We have people that will tell you that, what is he doing? Is he the only one? Why is he doing it? Does he believe that he can do it? Does he believe that he can achieve it? Some people don't believe in your vision. Even what you are doing right now, giving me an interview, they don't believe in it. It's just bullshit. You want to use, all sorts of. So to me, I want to say that I am the most craziest person on earth at the moment, doing what seems to be unbelievable. How is he going to achieve it? Some people are there talking, trying to figure it in their head, and they cannot be able, because God is more than any other person's or anybody's mind or small brain. So I so enjoy the love of God, the love of family, and the love of friends that surround me, that keep telling me that, come on, boy, no matter what, we are with you. Just keep going, just keep pressing forward. And that is what I can tell the people out there. Somebody needs encouragement. Even the president needs encouragement. There's nobody on the surface of the earth. So if you need encouragement, why don't you encourage others? If you need encouragement, if you all need encouragement, so why are you pulling some people down? Maybe because of their nature, because of their background, because of their way of thinking. Because no. Who tells you that your way of thinking is better? Who tells you that the way of your nature is better? Who said that you are the best? Who said that? So we, as you are thinking, others are thinking beyond what you are thinking. So what we need to respect is people's view. And objectively, we must be able to correct in love and say, okay, if you're thinking this way, what about this way? This is how I think about it. This is how I see it. So by so doing, we weigh it together and say the one that is best, then we choose. We go. So this is the beauty of leadership. So what I am also doing is one of the things that gives me joy. I love doing it. Though it's Herculean, it's Herculean in nature. It's heavy, it's mountainous, it's Kilimanjaro-ic in nature. But to me, I see it as a simple thing to achieve, and God is helping me. So I love what I'm doing. I'm encouraged by it. Every day when I wake up, it appears to me like, wow, today is another day. You have to make it happen. So I see possibility in what I'm doing. So possibility is the essence of my moving forward or of my winning forward. I see it, even though others are not seeing it, as long as I see it. So I'm happy seeing what I'm doing, going, and it does not matter who against it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people that are against it. It doesn't matter how people feel or how some people feel about it. It cannot be achieved. Who told you? Who said so? Somebody created light, or invented light rather. I don't want to talk about God. God is what created light, but I'm talking about the artificial light. It tried many times, 1,000 times, before light that you are seeing today that you are enjoying. 1,000. We read it. It tried 1,000 times. 1, 2 is not 1, 2, 3, 10 times. It's not 100 times. He kept trying. Oh my God! You become a failure when you stop trying. Simple.
I 100% believe that if everybody around you is happy with you, then something is wrong with you.
Exactly. That is just a pure, truth.
So who is your mentor in your journey?
God is my mentor. Holy Spirit is my mentor. He's the one that I see every day. He's the one that helped me. He's the one and of course, I believe in friendship, value-added friendship. So my friends are my mentor, apart from God. My friends, they encourage me, they give me what you have to have a circle of friends that believe in what you're doing. So they keep telling me that wherever I'm wrong, because I'm not perfect, I'm learning, I'm still growing, they will just come in and say, why did you see this? Because it's very difficult to actually correct a leader. Leaders are the most difficult human being to correct because they have ego. They are full of ego. They thought they know it all. But no, they don't know it all. Some leaders I'm sorry, some leaders don't know anything. They are opportune to stand in their position, maybe by wealth, maybe by influence, maybe by their parents, maybe by their background. They are opportune to stand there. So when you correct some leaders, they feel cheated. They feel they feel embarrassed. And there is a point in our life we need to go back to base. We need to call our friends. We need to call our mentor, like you asked me that who is my mentor. We need to call whoever that we look up to. So, and if it is God, then you need to go back to God and say, God, please, where have I wrong? Is there anything that you need to correct? God will send some people to your life and we ensure that you get well corrected, because if you are not loved, you don't deserve correction. It is people that are loved that receive correction. So mentorship is a very powerful tool to develop our personalities and to make us mature. And maturity has grades in life. Maturity doesn't stop. As long as you continue growing, you continue the aspect of the maturity. So it is very good to have mentor. And so I thank God for my friends. I've mentioned some of their names, and I still have other names that I can boldly say that they have done so much in my life. So, but most importantly, I give it to Holy Spirit, who is my guidance and who is my author and finisher of my faith. So thanks to God.
So what does leadership mean to you then? And what are the qualities of a good leader?
Leadership is about managing affairs of both human and non-human beings. Leadership is about creating value-driven mechanisms. Leadership is about respecting ourselves, respecting people, and giving people belonging sense of ownership. Leadership is hard work anyway. I used to define it like that. Leadership is hard work. However, leadership, we see things that are wrong and we also find solutions to fix it instantly. What leadership means to me is giving people value at all costs, in all levels, in all areas, in all aspects of life. Giving people value, respect people's ideology. Leadership is visionary. That is what it also means to me. When there is no vision, and that is why I'm carrying it, that is why I'm projecting rather. I know every leader says they have vision, but they are not acting on it because it has to be proactive. Leadership has to be pragmatic. Leadership has to be pragmatic. So it's all about vision. It's all about value-driven vision. So what does that mean? It means that there are things that you know that people should have and put it in place. So the mentorship and the training and education also mean leadership to me. So leaders should be able to mentor. Leaders should be able to, train, educate, and put in proper perspective nature and resources that will enable the environment and individuals to get going. When there is a stock in place somewhere, leaders should be able to have out-of-the-box ideology to fix it. And that is why you are called a leader. When there is no out-of-the-box ideology or mechanisms, then just resign. Let other person that know better than you. Then leadership also means you are not the only person that is in the circle. We have people that are also way far beyond you in all aspects that you can learn from. Now, in a short form, leadership is learning from people that have what you don't have. So that is leadership. Because you don't have it all, you only have 1 out of 10, for example. But because they believe in you, let me repeat myself, you only have 1 out of 10, but because the people believe in you, that is why they made that you become their leader, or somehow, or they made you, they voted you, or they put you in the place of leadership. So that does not mean that you know it all. So you have to learn, you have to humble yourself. That is another aspect of my belief. Humility. Leadership is all about humility. It's all about putting resources together by the people that are well grounded in what you are trying to achieve. That is leadership. You can't know it all. You can only know it all when you know the people that know it all. Can you see now? You only know it all because you are surrounded by people that have a vision like yourself. So in other words, leadership is all about collaboration. Collaborations of ideas, collaboration of visions, collaboration of perspective, collaborations because it's all about idea. Leadership is all about ideology. It's all about principles. It's all about discipline. It's all about sacrifice. That is leadership to me. Leadership is all about doing crazy things when others don't even see it. That's leadership. The quality of a good leader is all about virtue. Virtue. Can you manage resources? Can you manage people? Ability to manage people is what I'm talking about here. So when you're seeing a leader that does not have the skills of management or management skills, forget about such person. Because we are from different backgrounds. We are from different color, different race, different opinion, different this, different that. So our ability to connect the dots is what we are talking about here. Connecting the dots individually, collectively, then provinces on state-wise according to nations' geographical terms, then continentally. How do you manage resources of different countries? How do you manage resources of different states, different, provinces, different land, different continent? How do you manage it? How do you manage? Let's even start from the simple and the smallest part, your family. You have 2 children, you have your wife. Ability to manage this micro environment, the micro system is leadership. And you manage them and you give them purpose-driven progress. So they continue in driving what you should know, what you should become. That is what it is. That is what I know about leadership and leadership qualities. Then I have a very professional philosophical ideologies on leadership. Let me quickly run it because I've written a book that's about to be published about 5 philosophical ideologies written by my own self. And as a scholar of leadership, I know that it will help people out there to see that we should be able to practice them. One, I call it control panel leadership. It's well explained in my book. The second one is called value-centered leadership. The third one is called servant intelligent leadership. Then the 5th one is called common sense leadership. So these are the things that I believe that leadership, the quality of leadership and characteristics of leadership packed together in these 5 philosophies.
So what would you advise to national builder globally?
I would just tell them that we have a lot in us to give out. Human being is the representation of God on earth. And so far that you are still living, you have resources within you. And people are looking for opportunities up and down. It's good to look for opportunities. It's good to dash, to dive, to do whatever thing we want to do when it comes to navigating to ensure we have opportunities. But I want to say that there are a lot of opportunities residing in us, embedded in us. So instead of looking for job, you are created to create jobs. You are created to bring out the beauty of life, the beauty of human being. And let me use this opportunity to tell the world leaders and entrepreneurs and the rest. We are talking about technology, which of course is good. It's a good thing. But I believe in human capital more than AI, artificial intelligence. I believe so much in human capital because by human, AI is made. So the intelligence of man is higher than AI. So I rather love to invest much more in the talent and the gift of people rather than investing in artificial intelligence. So I promote human capital more than AI. AI is good. Don't misunderstand my point. It's good. Technology is good. The world is going towards it. In fact, I'm encouraging people as well to pick a topic or pick a course around it. Fine, fantastic. But as far as Favour, the carpenter, is all about, is concerned, I am concerned about human development, brain development. Let's invest into our youth. Let's invest into our women. Let's invest into our youth. These are the people that have the ideas to create what has never existed before. I am predicting it, or let me say I've predicted it and I'm predicting it again, that a time is coming that artificial intelligence will fail. A time is coming when technology will fail. A time is coming, something that is higher than technology, something that is higher than all this social media will come again. A time is coming that we're going to experience things that I don't need to talk to you through phone. I don't know, something will just happen in my own little book and little studies and research. I call it electromagnetic mind. Something that we attract and attach and you'll be able to communicate to you without using phone, without using gadgets, without using all this kind of platform we engage ourselves. So we must be able to think beyond now. So, and how do you do that? Invest in people that think towards such kind of future. Future is very, very important. But it might not be applicable to anybody now. Whatever thing that we are engaging, that we are seeing, let us do it well And whatever thing that is coming, let us also prepare ourselves for it. There is always unforeseen contingency in the world. Today, tomorrow, you might wake up and see something different. Government can change policy. Things can change around you. My prayer is that may God help us to escape all manner of kakistocracy.
So what advice would you like to give to graduates who are just entering their professional world?
Keep researching, keep studying, because life is deep. Graduates, professionals, everything is deep. You can't fathom it. They are like ocean. you can't exhaust it. It's just like when you are thrown inside an Atlantic Ocean and they ask you to continue to drink. You can't finish it. So let's keep researching. That is what promotes government's economic integration and the rest. Let's keep studying. The best thing you can do for yourself is to study, is to keep reading, keep researching, keep believing in yourself, keep talking to yourself that no matter what, you will get there. Keep saying to people, keep telling yourself that you will be there one day. You were asking me my journey in life, God. It's a lot. Maybe we have another comprehensive second part of this, then I'll be able to divulge some information that has to do with the growth of Favour, the life experience of Favour. I've been walking like an eagle. It has been challenging. If I should tell the whole wide world, a day is coming that the world will know more of this man standing or sitting with you today, giving this little tips about himself. So lastly, the professionals, the student, the graduate, the youth, the women that are hearing me today, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. And don't wait to be encouraged. Let your vision encourage you. Let your program, let your goals, let your dreams be your encourager. These are the things that can encourage you. Wake up in the morning and see that you have not done anything and keep doing it. Nobody will encourage you to do things because people are full of themselves. Let me say this. People are with a lot of things. People are also engaging things. You are engaging on your own. I'm engaging on my own. So everybody is busy. We are all busy. So if you are waiting for someone that is busy to come and encourage you, you will wait there forever. Keep encouraging yourself. Keep believing in yourself. Know that you are the only one that can do it. That which you are doing, that which you have chosen to do. But do the right thing. Not things that are easy, but things that are right. Do the right thing. Always. That is what humanity is all about. Do the right thing. Keep pursuing your dreams. Keep pursuing your goal. You will get there. The only time you fail or you can be termed failure, when you stop trying.
So now we'll start a rapid round.
Oh, okay.
Your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Your favorite adventure?
Nature. That's my adventure. Nature and cooking.
Your favorite actor and actress?
Actors. Let me see. John Wick. John Wick is and then Angelina Jolie. These are the two favorite actor and actors.
Your favorite destination?
My favorite destination, a big South Africa. Then I would love to go to Jamaica. Then, of course, Canada.
So at last, one line that defines you.
The Carpenter. That is the word that defines me. The Carpenter.
Yeah, so thank you very much, sir, for your precious time and the life journey that you have shared on our show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching Amazing Mentor. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get regular updates. Thank you very much.